What's up, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back with another video. Today we're going to be unboxing the bounty hunter himself, Cad Bane, which looks to be quite amazing, if I do say so myself. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you never miss out on the latest reviews and unboxings of the most coveted treasures in the galaxy. Alright, it's time to open this guy up. Super excited to get this, and thanks to Pop Collectibles for sending this out so quickly. If you want to get one of these for yourself, check out Pop Collectibles, link in the description below. We've got Cad Bane TMS 080. Obviously got the deluxe version because, you know, Star Wars, there's no other way to do that. But there's your box. It looks exciting. I don't really care. It's going to end up in storage, never to be seen again. Honestly, I probably ought to just burn the damn box because, you know, we're not selling this thing ever. But there's our Cad Bane figure. Wow, look at that thing. Todo 360 down the bottom. Nice box art. Again, you know, never to be seen again. It's one of those things. Woo! All right, we got some stuff here. We got a little tray of items. Let's see here. We've got some hands. We've got some blaster pistols, flamethrower effect. I've got some attachment for the back. And let's go ahead and get this guy out. Hope you guys are excited about this one as I am. You guys know Star Wars is definitely my favorite thing to collect, and this past month, I guess the past 60 days or so, has been Star Wars collector's heaven. I mean, it's been quite fantastic. And look at all this. He is a tall figure. It's taller than a normal figure. I think that's a good thing. We got Todo 360. We got some effects here, but I want to first take a look at the figure. His hat. Oh, look at that hat. That's nice. That's nice felt hat. That's cool. All right, I want to take a look at this real quick, then we'll break out the other accessories and everything. I want to look just how narrow he is and lanky and tall and just, I mean, first impressions, absolutely fantastic. And this is a more deeper, richer blue than I was expecting for his gauntlets there. That's interesting. But look at this. Wow. I remember when I found out that Cad Bane was going to be in on Disney Plus show. It was tough. It was tough to keep that secret for a while, I'll be quite honest with you. But then seeing them in live action versus Clone Wars, the animated series, I mean, it's just next level beautiful. Oh my goodness. This is going to be one of the grail of grails for any Hot Toys collector. Let's take a look at this hat he comes with. This is a felt material hat. It is very nicely done. And look at this detail they've got going on at the top. More circuitry-inspired decals and whatnot going on there. Nice little, it's kind of a pleathery, rubbery, plasticky material. I guess it's probably resin, if I had to guess. Looks fantastic inside. Nice padding there. Felt all around the entire. It's a dark chocolatey brown. It looks great. I don't think I'm going to try and bend it or anything because it should be rather flat. And I know some collectors, myself included, would have preferred a more animated series style helmet or a hat that had a wider brim. And there's probably somebody out there's going to custom make one. But for now, this is screen accurate and it's okay with me. Going on to the figure. The head sculpt, as you saw earlier, it is fantastic. We do have two switch out portraits, so we'll look at those in just a second. But just looking at the menacing details, I mean, it is quite cool. There's some nice weathering stuff going on in the back. It might be hard to tell because it's very dark material, but there's some speckling going on that end. We've got the hoses coming back here, and obviously this whole apparatus right here, if you guys didn't know, is to prevent Jedi from being able to force choke Cad Bane. So if you're wondering what the hose is for, that's why he didn't want to be force choked by a Jedi. And that's a pretty good rule to follow. I don't really want to be force choked by one either. But this looks amazing. This is like high gloss paint. You can see kind of like the lights bouncing off of that versus this matte finish we got right here. And dude, it is. I don't know if I'm really enjoying the figure at this point, or I'm just really excited to have a Cad Bane in the collection, which actually, spoiler, this is my second Cad Bane in the collection. We'll take a look at the first one a little bit later, but this is quite fantastic. So multiple layers of tailoring going on here. The inner lining, this is like a suit, jacket material here, vinylish material. And nice look there. All around here, the tailoring going on. Now mine, I don't know if you can tell this, look right here. There's a little bit of a highlight there on both spots. And I'm going to assume that's from where the knees are. Yeah, so you can see it kind of right there. Where the knees, where maybe the plastic's pushed down on those a little bit. Not going to bother me at all because honestly, he is way too clean to be a bounty hunter. So I'll probably end up weathering mine up anyways. But that's, if you see that, don't be shocked. That's probably what that is. It's just rub from shipping, and it's one of those things. But like I said, it's not going to bother me a bit. Look at this thing. He is freaking cool. Look at all the details we've got going on. Nice little panels on the his upper left and upper right. You've got little pockets that don't really open. Then you've got his little belt, his little bandolier action going on here with all this little weapons accessories. You've got the holster on both sides, which is going to be pleather. So, longevity, it might be a thing with this. So we'll see how that plays out. It'll take a while, but look at this holster. It goes all the way around. Kind of flip the jacket up and rotate this fella around a little bit. Nice buckle system they've got on the back. So the belt is attached by Velcro. So if you wanted to change that out, you could, or if you wanted to take it off for whatever reason, I guess you could do that for repairs. But that's nicely done. And then obviously we've got the holsters for his dual blaster pistols because, he's a freaking cowboy. He's freaking amazing. Love these hoses. It doesn't appear. Okay, yeah, so that's Velcro. This guy right here, this packer here is attached by a Velcro. The instructions tell you not to go trying to, taking that apart, which there's no need to switch out the faceplate. So we'll look at that in just a second. The braces here, these gauntlets are, like I said, this is a deep royal blue. You can see the contrast between this blue and then the blue of his skin. Nice white and red buttons and gold, everything going on. Nice wash going on over there. And everything on this guy looks to me to be fairly clean. Like it doesn't appear to be very dirty. Maybe down here on the boot section, there's a little bit going on, like where it's a little lighter on the bottom and it gets darker at the top. So there might be some wear and tear there. But overall, a fairly clean and good looking bounty hunter. So going on down, let's see what kind of range of motion we got. Oh, yeah. There is no restrictions whatsoever on the shoulders. So that's nice. Butterfly joint. We got a double bend. Love that. And then we go on down to these hands, which is obviously a new hand, a new mold. We got a couple different ones we'll take a look at in a second. But the gloved going on here with this, like, I want to say like a coppery brown color going on here into a matte brown. And then obviously a new mold for the hand. Those look pretty stinking good on that. On the other arm, we do have a different style brace going on here. Again, same deal, but we've got hoses and stuff going on from this side that kind of goes around and rotates back onto itself. And then on this side, the hose actually goes into the jacket. So fairly posable there. If it happens to come out, you can place it back in. I don't think that's going to be too big a deal. Now, I am curious, as we go through this thing, what kind of range of motion we're going to get out of this guy. I'm not expecting a whole lot, but we'll see. That's more than I expected on the ab crunch. That's not bad. And plenty of torso, more torso twist than you probably need for this particular character. So that looks pretty good. Double bend on the knees for those who are curious. And then there's no ratchets or anything in the hips. They go pretty wide. So that looks pretty good. The pants are a dark chocolate brown. And again, no weathering going on there. And then we go down here, we got these nice cowboy flipping boots with these guys go out. They just look good. So texture for those who are curious to know. Now these little pops right here, you can see it's a little bit disconnected. This guy pops off. Let's see if we can do this on camera. Yep, this guy pops off. These guys pop right in there. Very simple. And seems fairly secure. So we're definitely going to be using that in posing. That's going to look pretty awesome. Easy to switch out if you decide to. Now you do have one extra little antenna that you got to go down here that has to go into the back of his breathing apparatus. It goes right back in here. And then there we go. This thing is flipping cool. Here's what it looks like with the more open mouth, mean, angry face here. It just swaps out right there. 2 pegs here and a little bit of a magnet. Very easy to switch out. And then we got this guy will pop right on here and goes on. It's very secure. I don't think that's going to fall out, but he looks quite fantastic. If you guys have a favorite of these three, let me know in the comment section down below. I haven't determined what mine is just yet, we'll kind of figure that out when we get to the posing section. And you couldn't be a cowboy without some pistol blasters. We're going to get 2 of them, which are identical. We've got a nice scope up here. We've got nice wood grips, which are not really wood, they're plastic, right? Nice weathering all the way around. It looks nice with this nice, at the tip, you got more silver and you got a silverish barrel. It looks pretty good. I kind of dig that. There's no movable parts on here. We've seen on Hot Toys weapons in the past, but you do get 2 of them, which is good to have. And of course, you're going to get a flamethrower effect because that's one of Cad Bane's favorite things to do. So we got this guy. We've seen this before. This is nothing real new. As we saw earlier, you get 2 blast effects coming off for both feet. And it goes from a dark blue teal all the way down to a purple. They look great. They're painted to match. And I think they're going to look pretty good on your figure. And it's back. The sand display base with the footprints. Everybody wanted it. It says Cad Bane. We got a flight pole. But what more can you say? Everybody wanted to see that. Of course, if you got the deluxe, then you got Todo 360, an amazing droid. And anytime we can get a droid in the collection, I am super happy. This guy is cool. Look how long this head. Look at that. The scaling of it is awesome. I was so excited to get another droid. In fact, we got a droid 3-pack coming at some point in the near future, so I'm excited for that. No light up features on the eyes. It just looks that way in real life, so that's kind of cool. Nice weathering and dry brushing going on all the way around. It looks quite good. Now, all these joints here are just ball joints. You can move all these guys around. Very easy to move around here on the feet, I guess, if you will, for a droid. And they'll look pretty good. I kind of dig those very much. Now, the elbows here, not movable. Like there's nothing going on there. So you got a ball joint here. You can kind of do whatever you want with that. But these guys are too small. I have a feeling if there was something movable there, they'd end up breaking, and that would be a problem. Nobody wants that. The head, on the other hand, is on a ball joint. You can do whatever you want with that. And then obviously the feet down here and the legs are on a ball joint as well, because you have the option to switch them out for these guys, which if you want to use this, you can put them in a little rollaway mode. Probably not going to do that, kind of like this, because it actually comes with these little tiny little blast effects that peg down here at the bottom. I'm probably going to end up using these guys. Let's see if I can get the peg in without breaking it. Here we go. So that's kind of how that goes. And they were nice enough to give us a clear acrylic stand for him to go on. So easy enough, right? Kind of like this guy. It just pegs right in the back of this fella right here, and you can do whatever you want with that. That's Todo 360. Now, the only thing we really got left to do that we haven't done yet is pose these guys up. Look at this guy. He's looking all kinds of menacing. It looks fantastic. Looks ready to have a little duel in at high noon, right? A little Clint Eastwood style pose. Obviously, Cad Bane, Clint Eastwood, big deal. I mean, this guy looks all kinds of badass, right? So one thing I did like about this just posing is you're able to get the arms fairly close to the body. You're not able to do that with all kinds of figures, so that's nice. You can kind of get the elbows tucked in. The hat looks fantastic. Big fan of that. I used the basic head sculpt that came with it straight out of the box. You can see like the tailoring and all the attachments and stuff to the suit. He's got his braces going on there, the gauntlets, and I got this hand kind of resting almost on the harness there, almost like it's a belt, and then this guy over here ready to, draw down on somebody. This guy's just looking all kinds of awesome. Man, he looks good. Now, I did break out his friend, Todo 360 over here, who is looking good as well. Posable, balance as well. No issues with that. So, big fan of that guy as well, having him in the collection. And then, obviously, them two together. I mean, we're going to have some fun posing this guy. So, one thing I would note, getting the blaster pistols into the holsters for the first time, you got to work it a little bit, so be mindful of that. Just be patient. It will work, but just be patient with that. But this guy's looking I'm very happy to have him in the collection. I don't know if you guys can tell, but if you don't have this in your collection, what are you waiting on? Changing out the faceplate to this other options, you guys can see that, and we've got him. He's drawn down on an opponent, looking all kinds of awesome. So you can get this arm raised up pretty far. No issues with that. One thing I will tell you is you will definitely have to heat up the hands to get the blaster pistols in there. There's no way around that. They're not bad, but you got to heat them up, right? So I do that for both. And then obviously we've got them posed up looking all kinds of awesome. So one thing I would have liked to have seen is maybe a wire in the jacket here. That would have been nice. Just so I can get like some windswept looks, that would be kind of nice. So I kind of want to have that behind him. and but it looks somewhat odd in that that configuration. So a wire might be something. I might actually just add my own wire. That might be what I do. I'll just add a wire to it. That way I can be able to do that. But he looks quite fantastic. Balance as well. No issues with that. He's a tall figure, right? He's 13 inches tall. A little taller than the rest of your collection. We'll get some other characters out here in a minute. But yeah, just right off the bat, this guy, he looks awesome. All right, let's have some fun. We've got our Cad Bane here. We tricked out the head sculpt again. And he's currently in a little bit of a flight pose. And yes, I removed his antenna because I didn't want to break it. But here he is, guys. We got Fett versus Cad Bane. Now, eventually we'll have us a Cobb Vanth, and that'll be good. But currently we don't. But these two together look quite fantastic. So we've got Cad Bane in this cool flight pose, looking rather good, if I must say so myself. And I bunched up the jacket there a little bit with some magnets, so that's a little trick for you guys to do that. I'll have to add a wire in it later, but they all look quite good. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this here just a second so you guys can see what's going on. And yeah, I think these two together posed up look quite good. Again, we need Cobb Vanth, but he's not here yet. So I did switch out the accessories here for the boot jetpack deals, if you want to. One thing I will tell you is they're not the easiest to install because the boot is a pleathery material, soft. It's not rigid. Attaching these guys is a little. Anyways, they'll come out a few times, so just be mindful of that. The other thing I want to be mindful of is I got a pretty good bend going on this right knee and hip. And you can see the pleathery material is bent up, kind of doing some weird stuff. So, it's probably not good longevity for that type of material to do that. But for videos or photos or posing, it's probably okay. But I wouldn't leave that long term, in a display like that. I wouldn't trust that material. I very much like this head sculpt. If I move this hat a little bit, we can get some more light on him. But I very much like this head sculpt. I like all of them. I don't know that I really have a favorite, but he does look good. That double bend in the elbow is just beautiful. It looks quite good. Let me rotate him around just a second if I can do this without knocking Fett Man over. I want to show you this. What I was talking about with the harness. Here's this guy. Look at all kinds. Okay, so yeah, here we go. All right, so here we go. This is what I was talking about, the harness. You can see like the bends in the pleathery material kind of going up. And I don't think, like I said, that's probably a good idea long term. But man, does he look good. Jeez. I wouldn't want him chasing after me, just saying. So somebody might be interested to see, how does this guy compare to the old sideshow Cad Bane, the Denal in disguise? Look at this guy. There's him right here. Had him for a while. Did a video on this guy way back when. I don't know, a year or two ago, whenever it was. But here's what they look like side by side. And no, I'm not cheating. The Hot Toys one is a good inch taller than the Sideshow guy. So this guy is obviously based on just a generic clone body from Sideshow. And the head sculpts could not be any more different. The eyes, obviously, this guy's based on, Disney Plus show. And then this guy was supposed to be based on animated show, but then I don't know. Does one look better than the other? Yeah, I'm leaning towards this guy. I think it looks pretty good. Now, Sideshow at some point has teased us with an animated style Cad Bane, although they have yet to put it up for pre-order. So I don't know if they're still planning on making that, or maybe they've killed that line. It doesn't appear to have been received all that great just due to, construction issues and just, quality control. But these two guys together, they look like two totally different characters, even though they're somewhat similar because they're blue and they get red eyes. But this one clearly is the winner for me. Now, somebody out there might be wondering what would happen if Cad Bane defeated Boba Fett, and it might look something like this. Maybe he takes the throne. Maybe this is something you might want to display. No issues whatsoever posing this guy. Double bend on the knee. He actually sits in the throne better than Fett, I think, just due to his lankiness and height and whatnot. Thin body, it just works. So yeah, Guys, this is an excellent release. This Todo 360 there. Absolutely love this thing. Very happy to have it. Finally, to have Cad Bane represented in 1/6 scale for the collection. I don't want to tell you. It's a great figure. Star Wars Hot Toys figures here recently have been quite amazing. This is no different. It is everything I wanted out of a Cad Bane. Now, say what you want about the head sculpt, you know, how he appeared in the Book of Boba Fett, but that's how he showed up, and that's Hot Toys absolutely delivered that. The tailoring's beautiful. The paint applications are on point. The only thing that would have made this even better would have been a wire along that jacket there. That would have been pretty sick. But even so, very happy to have it. If you want to get one of these, check out Pop Collectibles. Link in the description below for that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. I'd love to have you as part of the patrol, and check out our Facebook page as well. And if you really, really, really like the content, consider supporting the channel on Patreon. Link in the description for that as well. As always, click what you like. See you next time.